Sonic High School, Chapter 24, Tails' Song. There is a song in this, and I am going to be singing it somehow. I haven't figured it out yet, so we're just gonna fucking go right into it. Tails was sitting in the back of the car, where Amy was sitting in the front seat where you do not drive it. That's obviously where you don't fucking drive a car. And Sonic's mom was sitting in the front seat on the left, where you do drive it. What? On the right? Left. I mean, it depends on where you look at the car. It depends what country you're in. The car was a SUV. America, okay. They were all dressed in nice clothes because they were driving back to Sonic's house from Sonic's funeral. Tails looked like a secret agent because he was wearing a suit, but he must have been the saddest secret agent ever. "I am so sad," said Amy in a crying way, sounding like the complete collection of teen idiot quotes because she did not have... That's right. Amy doesn't have teeth. "I'm dad," said Amy in a crying way, sounding like the complete collection of teen idiot quotes because she did not have teeth. She was only talking now that there are most people not in the car. "I know you are, and so am I. Tails, are you sad?" said Sonic's mom to Tails. "Yes, I am sad," said Tails to Sonic's mom, in an answer to her question. "It is really difficult and sad when somebody dies. Especially now that it is Sonic," said Sonic's mom, not crying but sounding really sad. She cried a lot at the funeral, but now she was being more normal and not making a big scene like a hot dog man selling hot dogs at a baseball game. "I don't know, it's like I just, said Amy, trying not to cry about how Sonic is dead and she is sad. "I just want everything to go away." Amy started to cry again because she is just so emotionally weak, like a goddamn child. "I understand that you are sad, Amy, but I have to tell you something. Please do not kill yourselves, okay? Please do not kill yourselves, okay?" said Sonic's mom in a very sad and meaning it way. "Being a teen is the hardest thing in the world. It is harder than being in a war or in jail. I know it. But do not kill yourself because it will get cooler when you are done being a teen. Because being a teen is worse than being a fucking war prisoner. Because you're a prisoner inside your own body in a cage made of hormones." Tails looked down. That was kind of funny. Shut up. Tails looked down at the count of the car and did not know what to say. But he said, "Okay." He said it in a sad and quiet way, which is not the way I read it. What was real was that Tails really did want to kill himself now that Sonic was dead. What was the point of living if you are not going to do it with your best friend? What's the point of living if you're not going to do it with your best friend? I assume he means living. Best friend, quotes, Sonic. It just had to reinstate that Sonic is his best friend. And then, I know what it means, but it does sound like he wants to do it with Sonic. Then they got to Sonic's house and they went inside, and just after they took off their fancy clothes, and Rouge the Bat, and SPO came over with Knuckles and Kunkles Jr., who were there. Rose looked very burlesque in her tiny baby dress with her unlimited boobs nearly jumping out of her her unlimited boobs nearly jumping out of her clothing, and SPO looked like a professional movie star on the red carpet because he was wearing a suit. Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. looked like shrunken presidents because they were also wearing suits. I wanted to read that like shuriken presidents. I don't know. "Hello," they all said togetherly. "Wow, hi," said Tails to them. "We have to go to Sonic's mom to try to cheer her up and to be nice," said Royce and Espio, and they gave Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. to Tails, who took them into a different room. "I am so sad about Sonic," said Knuckles Jr. "This is really all the worst thing that could happen." "Yeah, this is the saddest." I don't remember. Knuckles, it's been forever since I've done Knuckles' voice, and I can't remember what it was and if I changed it since he's become a baby. I'm dying. Sonic did not deserve to die. They were all agreeing so much about it. After a while of not talking, Knuckles said, "Hey, Tails, the end of the school is tomorrow, and I have my last ending test that decides if I move on to the next grade or if I lose and have to go back to the start of high school." He's a baby. Tails looked at Knuckles in a deep way and said, "Wow, that is a lot of pressure. What do you have to do?" Tails was trying to be nice and helping to Knuckles because he was a baby now, but most of the time when people complained about school to Tails, Tails was not saying, "Are you the king or queen of idiots?" because Tails was the smartest and school was all just so easy to him, even the hardest classes that they made for geniuses. "What I have to do is write a news story about an event thing happening around town. It has to be real," said Knuckles. Knuckles looked like a worrying boy and made a sound that showed he is worried. "Oh!" Knuckles was a baby. "There is everything that I can lose to this," he said, in a way. Okay, Tails.
I will look for a story for you to do your news story on, and hopefully you will pass and not have to go all the way back to the beginning of high school, costing you thousands of dollars in lost fees.
High school is free. I mean, I think you have to pay some. I don't remember. High school was like 3 or 4 whole years ago for me. But high school is pretty much free. It was free for me anyway because I was a poor kid. I don't know if you had to pay for anything. I didn't even pay for lunches. I had free lunch. I was super poor. But I got free school lunch. I got French fries. I got hamburgers. I got hot dogs, and all of them were terrible. But you know, you don't really pay that much for high school unless you're paying someone for protection. Because high school is a lot like prison or war. You just gotta move on. You gotta go through it. You gotta fucking fight the power. Said Tails to Knuckles seriously. Then Tails asked to both of them,
Hey, can you please both give me all of your baby teeth?
Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. took out their baby teeth and gave them to Tails. Yes, because babies are born with dentures, and they're just super glued on. They just pop them off, and then the real teeth grow in. Using his technology and tools and good old-fashioned elbow lubricant, Tails glued all of the teeth together to make enough teeth for one normal person's mouth, and he went downstairs. Why? Oh, for Amy.
Here, Amy, this is for you,
said Tails, looking at Amy, who looked like a total dumpster ever since Sonic punched all of her teeth out before he killed himself. You can use these teeth and they will feel just like you never lost your teeth. Amy grabbed them out from Tails' hand and put them into her mouth, and they fit so perfectly like a Pop-Tart in most toasters. What toaster wouldn't fit a Pop-Tart? Like, I think all toasters, I think Pop-Tarts were made for toasters. I don't think you need to say most. I think you can just say like a Pop-Tart in a toaster. It just works better.
Wow, Tails, this feels great. How on earth did you manage to get teeth from me?
Said Amy, now sounding like she was no longer a teen loser. Amy hugs Tails. I mean, sounding. She's still a teen loser.
No need to worry. You can just thank the modern efforts of science.
And glue. Tails cheered and danced a little, and Amy thanked pharmaceutical companies, and then Tails went back over to where Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. were. Then Tails went to Knuckles Jr., who was also there, and they started to do a conversation with him.
Hey, Knuckles Jr., how are you?
Said Tails to Knuckles Jr. Good, said Knuckles Jr.
Of course, I did not see this coming at all.
Knuckles Jr. hugged his legs to his body like an imaginary tree that could bring its roots up and use them as legs.
Yeah, what is your deal? Are you really psychic? Because you are just a baby,
said Tails in a curious way.
I find it seems to be able to see the future sometimes, but I can always control it. As you said, I am just a baby, but when I get older, I can probably
and become the CEO of Progressive Car Insurance. Sorry, I got annoyed with that baby voice. I don't want to know what you guys were feeling. Probably regret and aggressive impulses. Said Knuckles Jr. Knuckles Jr. was saying this to Tails. Really? CEO of Progressive Car Insurance? Is that... What? Why?
Okay,
said Tails. Tails also thought inside of his hugest, I said hugest brain that now he did not want to kill himself anymore. He was still sad, but talking to babies made him realize that there is a lot more to come in life and good things. And if Sonic is dead, it is not the end of the world, but only the end of Sonic, which is sad. Tails went downstairs into Sonic's garage by himself and found Sonic's electrical guitar and had it.
Sonic used to play songs on this,
said Tails to the ears of the world, thinking about when Sonic played cool rock and roll songs. Tails put the guitar onto his body and held it and thought for a minute and then began to play a song. He played a sad song that was not mad or happy sounding, but it was not a slow song. It was a medium song that did not go too fast so you would dance, or too slow so you would fall asleep. Then Tails closed his eyes and just knew the words that he wanted to sing as he felt them, and he sang them out loud while playing this song that he just made up. And the words to the song he just made up went, all right, we're just gonna roll with the punches here. We're just gonna do this. Being a teen is so hard. Tails' voice.
Being a teen is
so hard. You have to learn how to drive a car, and if you hit anything, it is you to jail they will bring. You also have to go to school, and it is definitely not for fools. And everything is even harder because my best friend died. Oh wow.
My best friend died.
I just want to hide. High school drama is so hard to be a part of. It is crazy things like friendship and love. It is the worst. It makes me want to burst. You have to get a date or everyone will laugh. And in a lake they would push you off a raft. Girls wear makeup and guys get tattoos. And there's so many possible drugs to do. There are also bullies around in sports with balls that are round. And everything is even harder because my best friend died. Oh, my best friend died. I just want to hide. High school drama is so hard to be a part of. It has crazy things like friendship and love. It is the worst. It makes me want to burst. I'm doing a middle finger at God. But God is not real and the world is hard. I'm crying so much that my tears can make a cave. Where you cannot be scared. You just must be brave. I'm tired of teens going on. Audacity crashed while I was singing the song, which is an indicator that God wants me to keep going because, the file's still here, so obviously I should keep singing. So, on diets and being mad and starting riots, and everything is harder because my best friend died. Oh, how my best friend died. I just want to hide. High school drama is so hard to be a part of. It has crazy things like friendship and love. It is the worst. It makes me want to burst. Oh, how my best friend died. I just want to hide. High school drama is so hard to be a part of. It has crazy things like friendship and love. It is the worst. It makes me want to burst. Okay, that's... I'm done. Tails' singing sounded like a beautiful butterfly telling its life story to a little boy who fell asleep on a bench in the park without losing his money to a common thief. Tails' singing sounded like a beautiful butterfly telling its life story to a little boy who fell asleep on a bench in a park without losing his money to a common thief. Okay. Tails finished singing his song, and he saw all of the tears that were now at the bottom of his feet, on the ground in a pool so big that he could invite a cruise ship to do its first cruise in the pool. But then all of a sudden, Tails turned and saw Knuckles Jr. at the bottom of the garage.
Oh, well, it's out of here,
Said Knuckles Jr.
but it's a healthy way to get rid of your emotions instead of killing yourself.
Then Knuckles Jr. walked forward into the room and tripped in a way that the door behind him closed and was now locked, and they were in a room, so they were locked in there. Oops, said Knuckles Jr. like an idiot baby.
Oh, no!
Screamed Tails out loud.
If only we had a lockpick,
Said Knuckles Jr. then. Then all of a sudden, everything came to Tails and he realized what just happened over the past events.
That is it! That is it! Using this information and my big intelligence, I know what is happening!
Shouted Tails. Tails got so excited that he spun his flying tail so hard that he went through the locked door so it was open now and went out of Sonic's house. Went directly to Cream's house without even celebrating at an ice cream place first. Okay? Thank you for watching. Please check out my other videos there, also things. And if you want to watch more Sonic High School, click them in the top right corner. There's one chapter left. If you want to watch a video that has nothing to do with my channel whatsoever, click in the bottom left corner. And if you want to buy shirts and shit, click them in the top left corner. Thank you. Goodbye.